Welcome back to the BLEXCELLENCE Breakdown, where we don't just break down Black history, we break down what it really means. And today we're going to be talking about Henrietta Lacks, the woman whose cells changed medicine forever. Her story and how she became the woman whose cells changed medicine forever. 1951.
Henrietta Lacks was just 31 years old. She was a wife, a mother of 5. She lived in Turner Station, Maryland, just outside of Baltimore. Like so many other Black families during segregation, access to healthcare wasn't easy. So when she started experiencing severe pain and bleeding, like many others, she went straight to Johns Hopkins Hospital, one of the few hospitals at the time that treated Black patients. Scientists have been trying for decades to grow human cells in laboratories, but every sample died. Every single time. All samples died except hers. Henrietta's were the only cells that didn't die. In fact, they divided again and again and again. Scientists had never seen anything like it. Her cells became the first immortal human cell line, and they named them HeLa, using the first 2 letters of her first and last name, Henrietta Lacks. Those tiny cells changed medicine forever. They helped create the polio vaccine, they accelerated cancer treatments, and they advanced IVF research. Scientists used them to map genes, and they traveled into space to study how human cells could behave in zero gravity. Researchers even relied on the HeLa cells during COVID-19 research. Today, billions upon billions of Henrietta cells have been grown in laboratories around the world. If you weighed every HeLa cell ever produced, and they weighed millions of pounds. Here's the part most people don't know about Henrietta. Henrietta's family never had any idea that her cells were being used. For more than 20 years, they didn't even know that they had existed. Meanwhile, pharmaceutical companies, universities, biotech companies, they generated enormous amounts of scientific and commercial value from these HeLa cells. Her family struggled financially, couldn't even afford health insurance. Think about that. The woman who transformed modern medicine, her family couldn't afford health insurance. She couldn't protect her own family from the American healthcare system. This story is not just about the medicine. It's about ownership, the ownership of your body, the ownership of your ideas, who benefits from those, who profits from your contributions, who gets remembered. Henrietta Lacks represents Black excellence, not because tragedy happened to her, but because even after death, her impact continues to save lives around the world. Her excellence outlived her circumstances. Today, Henrietta Lacks finally receives the recognition that she has deserved. Books have been written, scholarships have been created, awards have been established. Her story is now taught in classrooms. As recently as 2023, the Lacks family reached a settlement with Thermo Fisher and Scientific over the commercial use of the HeLa cells. Following years of legal action, recognition finally came, but it was decades too late. Legacy isn't measured by how famous you become. Sometimes it's measured by the lives that you change, even if they never even know your name. So here's the question. What are you building today? Could it outlive you? Not for recognition, not for applause, but because your work truly has the power to leave the world better than you found it. That's BLEXCELLENCE. If Henrietta Lacks' story has taught you something today, share it with someone who should know her name. Subscribe for more stories that they should have taught us. And until next time, move different.